Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome along to our call with the amazing Lindsay on Task Manager Pro. And I hope that many of you got to be able to swing past the actual display that she had at our conference a few weeks ago to be able to have a bit of a chit chat. She was there all weekend watching and learning and meeting many of you and learning even more about our business so that Task Manager Pro can actually support you more. And so we're excited because as a result of leading into that and then leading out of that, you will have noticed a little change to your Task Manager Pro with the whole rebranding so that it looks more juicified as well. Which is awesome. My chair keeps dropping here. So yes, so Lindsay, I'm gonna hand it over to you because I know there's a couple of things that you wanted to kind of touch on this morning. And actually, one point I will make, and I know that you brought this up with me, Lindsay, on an email yesterday out of a query that somebody made. I want to make sure that you're all very, very aware. Just because we've made the cosmetic change of it looking, with the Juice Plus branding and all the rest, from the actual software, the actual product, all of that, it's all owned by Lindsay. So we don't have access to any of your information or anything. So as you're, building your customer bases and building all of that information, I've got no access. I don't see behind any of that at all. So just wanted to kind of, make sure that you're all aware. All of your stuff that you put in there is confidential. That's with you guys. But you will see that we've just made it a little bit more user-friendly from the point of view of it being looking a little bit juicy, which I think is a good move. And also too, then as you're sharing that with your teams, as many of the leaders are doing, it just kind of keeps that continuity of what they're seeing when you're talking about Juice Plus. So I just wanted to make sure that we put your minds at ease there, that all of your information is all of your information. We don't have access to any of that. All right, gorgeous Lindsay, let's pass over to you. I'm excited.
Oh, look, I tell you, Celine, I'm just, bursting really with excitement for a number of reasons. And I guess I just want to start firstly by saying what a joy and a privilege it was connecting with so many of your team at your conference. It's rare that people have the opportunity to be in an environment where their customers are present in such large numbers. And that was my experience because you as a community are my customers. And so I got to be in an environment with you, hearing about your dreams, learning about your organization, learning more about what you want for your businesses. And honestly, goosebumps just talking about it. I just get goosebumps just talking about that. And so for all of you that swung past and popped in to say hi and shared your enthusiasm for it, a big shout out and a thank you to you. And those I haven't yet had the opportunity to meet, perhaps this is the first time for some of you. It's a delight to be here with you. And I'm sure that as we continue to move forward, that I'll connect with you more and more. So as Celine said, the difference with what you're going to be seeing with TMP right now is a cosmetic one. But it's an important one, I believe, especially as your businesses continue to grow, because then when new people come into your business, they can see the Juice Plus design, they can see the Juice Plus branding, so they know they're in the right place. And also it really lends itself then to be sharing more systems, etc., which is really one of the most used features of Task Manager Pro with the Juice Plus community. So today what I'd love to do is I'm going to kind of share my screen with you, and for those of you that maybe haven't seen the behind the scenes yet, then this will be an opportunity for you to do so. Each day you're going to get a little thought of the day that pops up, all manner of different looks and designs. We believe that a little inspiration to get your day started is particularly good. So if any of you have some quotes that you love or, points of inspiration that you really enjoy, then flick me a message and I'm more than happy to get my designer to whip that up in a beautiful quote. And then as you start to open TMP every day, you can go, oh, that was the one I said. That's my favorite, because this is all about you. It's not about me. So I'd love for you to have that input there in terms of that. Okay, so here we are on the inside of TMP. What you're going to notice here is it is beautifully branded up for Juice Plus. Those of you that have been using the software previously, what you'll notice is it's a much more sleek and elegant design. Sleek and elegant. So that was kind of pretty important for me. You know, I love to create sleek, elegant software. I'm by no means in the market to be creating anything clunky. And so you're going to find that this is not only looking much more professional and much more sleek, that you're going to find that some of the functionality, whilst working exactly the same, is a little quicker, which is also going to be really good for you as part of this shift forward. So those of you that are using the software, the functionality is all the same as it was. And I think that's a really important point for me to mention to you, because if you've been learning how to use it so far, you want to know that the time you've invested in putting your systems in place, learning how to use it, hasn't gone to waste. So everything you used to do, you will still do. It's simply that we've now got the top menu bar down the side here. And as you'll see, it looks a little more refined. So today, I'd love to just give you a brief overview of the software, as opposed to going into detail in exactly how you use it, rather more of a bird's eye view. And then I'm going to put a few little tutorials directly inside of the tutorial section in the software down here where it says tutorials, so that you'll be able to come in there and look for ways in which to use it. I've run a series of masterclasses specifically for Juice Plus previously, and all of those recordings are available. With the new look and the new influx of people that come in, Celine, I'm more than happy to schedule more of those if your team have a need for it. So we can just chat backwards and forwards as to what that might look like, because I'm always here to help. And really, at the end of the day, having business tools are only of value if you know how to use them. So that's what I'm here for, helping you to use them. So here are some of the main features that are being used by the team. And so I wanted to highlight those for you today. One of these is the My Why section. This is all about vision. And I know at conference, you spoke a lot about vision. And what I know about vision is pictures speak louder to the heart than words do for the majority of people. So if you have some beautiful imagery inside of this dream board section, not only do you get to see it each time you log on to TMP, because it's mobile for both an Android and an iPhone. If you're ever out and about working your business and you have a moment of thinking, oh, this is just not working the way I want it to, just bring up your vision and remind yourself why it is that you're doing this. So that's one of the reasons I've included it in there for you. Do it with pictures and it'll speak to your heart more strongly. The other section that is being very, very well used, and this was brought into it. You happy dancing there, and I've just locked myself out. Bear with me for a second. Look, I'm just going to let you chat away there, Celine, for a second while I log back in here.
Well, one of the things that I do love, and the other reason why we have gone through to this Juice Plus version per se, is that Lindsay is just amazing when it comes to like the feedback. She just takes things on board and then runs with it and creates it. And, you know, one of the things early on that we, you know, when she was talking to me about, well, what is it that you guys use a lot of? And you all know, or if you've been hiding under a rock somewhere, I love my grid. Bron's grinning there. She's going, oh, not the grid again. But it works, kids, it works. So that's what I love. You've got your online grid, and I just love this. But I love also, what I love even more is that we brought the grid into the 21st century, because it's got functionality that no paper grid has ever had. So I'll pass back to you, darling.
Oh, look, I just love it. And Celine's spot on there. You know, when I was developing the network marketing version of TMP, Celine was one of my trusted people that I went to, because I know that she is phenomenal in terms of helping you all, and very generous in the way in which she supports our industry as a whole. And when I heard about this grid, I thought, ooh, we could do some really cool stuff with this. So a lot of the Juice Plus franchisees are using the grid on a daily basis. And so they literally do as they open a grid, they add a grid. Then as they're working their business, they add in the prospect, so that in front of them, they can see exactly who it is that they're connecting with. Now, the grid is designed as your funnel. So it's here so you can see who you're connecting with daily and where those people are in the decision-making process. So when people make the choice to become a customer, you can transform them into becoming a customer, and it changes automatically on your grid, boom, so that you can see quite clearly that through the conversations that you've had with that person, through the interactions that you've had with that person, they have transitioned into becoming a customer. So each time you meet someone, you add them in, and you know what Celine says, you know, at least one a day into that grid means that you're proactively working your business. More than that for many of you. I mean, when I was at conference, I had people that fill a grid in a matter of a day or 2 days. So it all depends on how quickly you want to grow your business, but it's definitely in as functionality. So can we add more options in there at all, Susan? I think we chatted with that via a support ticket at some point, if my memory serves me correctly. And my question will always be around adding more things into the grid. It'll always be, what is the purpose of that? So you can show there that someone is interested in product. You can show there that they're interested in business. And I think, Celine, if I'm not speaking out of school here, our goal here moving forward is to create a bit of a mastermind group of people who are proactively using TMP
under control. Yep. Yep. Meeting
so
next
do you want to
week.
share a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, well, so we've identified a number of the leaders that are actually already using it in a very, very proactive way, and so just looking at what it is they're doing, how they're creating, because this is only the beginning of what can become an amazing system to be able to share it within their team. So we've identified some leaders that are actually doing that, and I've already contacted them and asked them would they be open to being involved in a mastermind, just to share some ideas around what they're doing and how we might be able to duplicate some of that, not taking their systems per se, but helping us to create something as a company for us to be able to share with all of you guys that are on TMP as well. So for example, when a customer comes on, so this has become a customer, what does that tick that's going to happen next? And Lindsay will talk about that, because you can then, when you change that there, it can change in so many other places automatically and trigger off things like a welcome email or a welcome text message or so many other things. Well, that's all well and good, but sometimes when somebody's new, they're kind of going, well, I don't know what kind of message to send, or I don't know what to do. So what we're going to do is create a system that will actually go into TMP. And then when a Juice Plus person, and this is another reason why we've gone to this separate Juice Plus grouping, this separate Juice Plus branding, because this is actually on a separate server. We're treated completely separate than others. So, Lindsay has cordoned us off and gone, woohoo, this is all about you guys. And we're so excited, because what it means is that we will be able to share those systems throughout. And so once we have all of that and we've created that, we'll let you guys know. Don't worry, it'll come through. Lindsay will help us communicate that with all of you guys, because she holds that information, not us. So we'll make sure that you get the option to be able to have access to those systems that we create as well. So we're looking at this as the beginning of a journey to be able to help you run your businesses even more effectively and run your business like a business and that. So I'm just so excited about this.
Yeah, very, very, very exciting. And as Celine said, it's just the start of further growth. And with that mastermind group, we'll be talking systems as one thing, but we'll also be talking about things like the grid, for example, I know is such a big part of your business. And so, Susan, in answer to your question, will we add more functionality into it? Nothing will happen without collaboration and consultation with the rest of the group, because at the end of the day, there's no point in me moving forward in a direction that may actually not serve you. And I guess another thing for you to be mindful of is the changes that are made for network marketers generally as well. So this is about how will it serve you and how will it serve others, because although it's separate, it's still the same version that other people have access to. It's just the systems and the IP in terms of what happens when someone becomes a customer, what happens when someone becomes a team that's very exclusive to Juice Plus.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing too is, you know, the reporting features, what will that look like? You know, if someone decides, no, not now, what are we going to do with those people to help to engage them? And these are all of the sorts of things that we're going to be looking at as we move forward together today. Or sorry, together in the future, not today. Let me just mention that little piece. That would be interesting. Flip that up, Celine, right?
I was going to say.
Yeah,
the other thing I
exactly.
will just say there, I just want to point to, just be mindful to, the grid's a simple thing for a reason. Keep it simple. They're either moving to be a customer, they're moving to be a franchisee, or it's no, not now. We're still loving on them in that no, not now, or we're going to do one thing because they're going to have to be a customer, one thing to go off to be a distributor. Whether you're doing that manually, whether you're doing it in the system, keep it simple, guys. The more complicated you make something, the less likely you are to use it. Take it for us that have been around the traps just a few years, alrighty?
Yeah.
Keep it simple, it will get done, alrighty?
Yeah.
I just want to add that.
Yeah, and I'm so with you, Celine. Absolutely. So what happens with people that are no, not now, that would be something to think about. How do you keep nurturing those people further down the track? So that would be something that we can look at, but simplicity is key. Now you can open and close grids. Now, some of you, I know that I've spoken with, who are using the grid on a really regular basis, had asked if there was a possibility to have a search feature within the grid. Well, I can just put it out there and let you know that we will be adding a search feature to the grid for you. I've had lots and lots of people who have requested that. And
awesome.
So we just needed to wait till we rolled this out before we did anything else. That programming that little bit in there for you will be taking place, and that will be happening in a very short space of time. So those of you that have lots of grids and lots of people on the grid, I hear you. Looking for them individually is time consuming and doesn't serve the purpose of making it easier to run your business. So I'm onto it for you. Got your back there.
Awesome.
Okay, so the grid is massively important. The other part that I wanted to share with you is the systemization. Now, one of the things that I heard a lot at conference was about customer care and about taking great care of people, whether they're your customers, whether you're teamies, whether they're people who are just wanting to learn more about the business. And as you continue to grow, you may find yourself in a position you have a lot of people to look after. And how do you do that so that it still feels personal to them, but it doesn't become a burden for you? And I think there's a fine line between those two things. And what I love about TMP is what it offers you is the ability to scale your business. Systems offer scaling opportunities for your business. In fact, when I was talking with a number of people who had come to see me at conference, I had one or two people, one in particular came to me and she was actually very teary. And she said, you know what, Lindsay, she said, I was starting to put the brakes on my business because I was beginning to feel overwhelmed by the amount of people I needed to stay in touch with. And now with TMP, I can see I can take my foot off the brake and back on the accelerator because the systems will connect with people rather than me having to manually do it every day myself. So what do I mean by that? Well, inside of this system space, as Celine said, if someone becomes a customer, there's a process of nurturing that needs to happen, a journey your customers go on so that they don't just use the product, but they fall in love with the product so that post their 4 months of using the product, it's like a must-have for themselves, their family, and then potentially move to that space where they've just got to share it with others, right? They just can't help themselves. They've got to share it. And that process is a journey that requires nurturing. And so with TMP, when someone becomes a customer, when someone becomes a teamie, even when someone says no, not now, within TMP, you can create a series of steps or a series of things to happen automatically. So let's just imagine you have a customer care system. So you might add in here a customer care system. And that customer care system is going to roll out every single time someone becomes a customer. So what Celine was talking about before is what does that journey look like? So are they going to receive an email first? Are they going to receive a text message from you? Are you going to send them a video link to something that you would love for them to watch? How are you going to engage with them? So once you work out what your process are, in other words, what are those points of connection, you can come directly into TMP and you can add them into TMP so that things will happen automatically. So you might decide that there's going to be a welcome SMS go out. You're going to link it into your customer care section. You're going to get it triggered off every time within that grid someone becomes a customer. You're going to have the first thing sends out an SMS. So you just create the little SMS in here, whatever that's going to look like. You save it, and then here's the beautiful thing. If you decide to include SMS as part of your connection point, it will automatically go out. Immediately, someone becomes a customer. You don't have to sit there with your phone and type it. You don't have to do anything else. The fact that you change the status of someone to become a customer in this instance can be enough to trigger off a system. Some people are using tags as a way to trigger off systems. So you can create a system as soon as someone is tagged. So Shred 10, for example, you can add in a tag for Shred 10, and then a whole series of things happen. Maybe a text the moment the tag is applied. Maybe the next day an email. Maybe the next day a reminder for you to make a call. Maybe the next day an email or another text. You can put in a series of emails, texts, and action steps that you need to take. Once you set it up once, you can just leave it. You don't have to set it up again. And I don't know about you, but I just get so excited about that, because this is where scale occurs. So you set the system up once. You can go in and tweak it if you choose, but then every single time you bring a customer on board, just imagine one tag, Shred 10, boom, 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 all manner of things automatically occur. Once someone becomes a customer, set up the system, boom, 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 everything occurs. Now, here's the super cool part. As Celine said, as part of this mastermind group, we'll be looking at what are some of the things that could happen that could be set up for you all that you could then share with others. So some of the leaders are already sharing systems with their team. And those who have leaders who have created the systems and who are sharing the systems, you don't even need to create the system. You just got to plug in to what's already there. Literally, the system is put directly into your version of Task Manager Pro to roll out to people who you meet as customers and team members. It's really so very powerful. So I know, Celine, you're very passionate about helping people to get off to a great start. And you mentioned before that, you know, sometimes brand newbies really don't know what to do. So this, I see, is a real solution for you there.
Absolutely. And this is the thing, like, it's about the consistency, because we all know, guys, you know, some leaders will, you know, and do that, and they're able to very much, they're great at creating systems, and so they duplicate those systems. And some, it's not, you know, it's not that strength. So what we want to make sure is we want to bridge the gap, basically, between, you know, again, about what people are able to do and what they're not. But the other thing too is I find that this is so many times on the different coaching calls that I do, a lot of the time the question is around time management. How am I going to find enough time to do what I do? And when I talk to people about customer care or building team, they get to that overwhelmed stage where I don't really want to bring any more customers in, or I don't want to bring team in because I just don't know what to do, or it's going to take so much time. Systems are one of the most important things that effective businesses do really, really well, whether that's in our industry or in any other industry. This is a system. This is helping you run your business effectively by already creating trigger points for you, so that as soon as, like you say, on the grid, somebody becomes a customer, it sets off a series of events that are going to happen automatically. We already have it from a business perspective. If you think about the 100-day emails that get sent out to all of your customers over time, you know, as well, that kind of happens. This is then from a personal perspective, because when they think Juice Plus, you want them, whoever's unmuted, can you mute please? That would be awesome. When they think Juice Plus, you want them to think of you. So that's, I think, what's really important here. And to dig down, I know there's probably lots of you going, oh my God, there's so many questions. The master classes that we did and recorded actually answer a lot of the questions you probably got going through your head. So this is an overview call because I can just see you all now going, oh, I want to know more how to do this and how to do that. Definitely go to our YouTube channel. And you will see I will actually post the link again, but we did 4 more masterclasses that actually went through a lot of this in a lot more detail. So you'll be able to, that's your homework, okay? You kind of sign up, you'll get yourself going, and then you'll do your homework on that one.
Absolutely. And I think that the things to remember most is you don't need to do everything at once. So Rome wasn't built in a day, you know. You just get involved and just take one step at a time. The place that I would encourage you to start is the grid, because the grid is the space that's going to help you to see who you're connecting with, and it's also going to help you to get really familiar with the CRM. So the CRM, for those of you who are not familiar with that particular language, is the customer relationship management space. So that customer relationship management is where you go in to make notes about the various different conversations that you have. You can book in appointments with people. You can create action steps that you need to take. You can send a personalized email to someone through here. So the CRM is where you collect the information about the relationships that you're developing with people. And by using the grid, you will naturally become more familiar with the CRM. So for all of you, that's a space that I encourage you to start. Because what's important is not to know how all of it works, but rather to start working it. So for those of you that like to have all of your ducks lined up before you even step out, you know, I urge and encourage you to kind of put that thought process to one side, because you learn by doing, not by watching the tutorials so much, not by asking others how they found it, but you'll learn it for yourself by physically doing it. And I wanted to share with you that one of the things I really pride myself on is offering support where support is needed. So not only me, but I have another gorgeous girl that I work with, and she's a member of my team, Bonnie, her name is. She's a beautiful soul. And so we've worked to help you to get the help you need to be using this effectively for your business. So I really want to make sure that you get the support you need. And we have a ticketing system contained within TMP, so that if at any point at all you need some help, all you need to do is to click on the support button at the top right-hand corner of your screen, click up there, create a ticket, and you will have help coming a running. So, you know, we help you. It's not a case of you needing to do this for yourself. But here's the caveat around that. And that is, we help people who are using the software, working the software. We don't do it for you. We help you to work it better. So we help those who are helping themselves to move forward. Kind of similar maybe to
that sounds familiar. Oh my gosh. Empowering you to be independent in your learning. I love it. I love it.
Oh, you tell me we are on that same page, Celine, right?
Again.
Yeah, really cool, hey? So as soon as you start using it, hey, you're going to find tutorials available. You're going to find me and my team available for you. So it's super effective. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you here, I had a few questions about this, interestingly, when I was together with many of you at your conference, and that is about the Vault. The Vault. So the Vault is a space where you can upload documents, you can upload videos, you can upload audios. It's a little bit like a Dropbox. So if ever you've kind of found yourself in a position where you lose stuff, so it's like, you know, oh my goodness, I can't find the A document or the B document. I know they're in your back office with Juice Plus, I know that. But if you need to store them in another place, or if you have some things you share specifically for your team, you can share documents. You can actually create a category of documents or videos or whatever it is put them in the vault and share them with your team so that you don't then get the messages that come through, hey, could you send me that link for that video? Or, hey, where's the link for this video? You can put them all inside that vault, and you can share it from team to team. So super cool in terms of that, and a great time saver again for you also. Now there's also an online appointments feature. So this enables you to book in appointments for one-on-one coaching, for three-way chats, whatever it is that you're wanting to book in. You can create an online booking platform. And so this makes it nice and easy if you're wanting to share a link with people so that they can go and book in an online appointment with you. So that's all contained within here as well. And so you've also got a to-do list that will come up each day. So if you are scheduling activities each day that you know are purposefully driven rather than driven by the shiny object syndrome, you can come in here and have a look and say, okay, so here are the top things I need to make sure I get done today. Be purposeful in your approach.
Yes.
And they will all come up in this to-do list for you. And again, you'll have it on your mobile device. So when you're out and about, you can see, oh, that's right, I need to do this, or I need to do that, or gosh, I've just got to get that done. But you can track all of that. There's also an event section in there. So if you do online webinars or you do live events, you can track events in here as well. So there are event registrations in here as well. And you can even create systems around that. So if someone attends an event, you can create a system around it. If someone doesn't attend an event, you can create a system around it. Can it be done on Android? Yes. Celine, I could hear her. I could see in a...
I could see that, yes, coming down. Good work. Yes, there is apps. So there's an app as well, which is awesome. But just again, it's that whole system thing. Don't try and understand it all at once. Just know that everything that you're going to need from the point of view of that whole contact equals care, care equals keep that you've heard me probably talk about before is within the confines of this. And as Lindsay said, just get in and start to play, watch the videos, watch a video, go do some stuff. And that's what I did. You know, when we were actually doing those master classes, I actually was on, I had the video, we were recording, we were doing it. I had my TMP up and I'm doing it as I go. And it was like, oh, great, okay, kind of thing. And, you know, we would kind of have a bit more of a chat around it. So that's what I encourage you guys to do. Not, as I said, this is really just that overview to kind of give you an idea of what's actually in there. But go through this, that not only our master classes, but you'll see the tutorials tab there as well. And go have some fun with it. Start with one section, you know, maybe on your grid, getting that up and running. And again, it'll hold you. This will also help to hold you accountable. If there's nothing on that grid, you ain't doing nothing. Okay, just saying. The rest of the system is not going to be working because you're not doing anything. So it's going to be a really amazing, for those of you who are in my SC groups and above, where we're doing restarts and going out there and all the rest kind of thing, you know you're going to be working that grid because that's what's going to help you get the results. And that Darren Hardy spoke about it this morning on his thing. It's those small, consistent actions. Well, I really believe that TMP helps you to track those small, consistent actions, and that's what leads to true success. That's really what it is. So,
yeah.
Awesome.
I couldn't agree with you more, Celine. I think that the best thing for you to do is, if any of what I've shared with you here today has resonated. So if you're listening here and you're going, oh my goodness, I just really want to make sure that moving into the second half of the year, I'm more organized, more structured, more streamlined, and I make it easier for me to do business, then this is something that I urge and encourage you to use in your business. I want to also share that right now the prices are crazy low, and they have been for the last 18 months. So this isn't something that's just been in the market a short period of time.
No.
So that's exciting for you because it's well tested, and therefore you're not going to be jumping into something that's full of bugs. This has been around for quite some time and well and truly tested. So I want to share with you that until the 30th of June, you can access this year's prices, which are $9.95 US on a month-to-month basis, or $197 US for a lifetime license. Now, here's what I really need to make for you as a distinction, and that is when we move to the 1st of July, those prices will change. So the month to month will become $20 US. There will be an annual fee of $190, $197 US. And the lifetime membership, if I allow it to move forward, will be $397. So I share that with you because I don't know another software developer out there who offers a lifetime license anywhere.
No.
So the fact that you can get it for under $200 US and never have to pay for a monthly cost ever again for the software, I just wanted to make sure that you're aware that that's available for you now, but it's only until the 30th of June. Great, really, because you can write it off in your tax too, which is kind of cool. So get it in before the end of the year.
Yeah.
If you do decide to come on board with the monthly option, that's available for you post 30th of June, so long as you register for it before the 30th of June. So if you sign up for the $9.95 option and you do that now before 30th of June, you will continue to pay not only $9.95, but if you then want to upgrade it to a lifetime license, you're looking at $397 if I offer it. So I just want to point that out to you, so that you're aware and that you know what it looks like and there's no surprises for you in terms of that. Now, the other thing in terms of pricing is you get 1,000 free emails as soon as you subscribe. And then if, like many of the users of the software, you use email on a regular basis, whether it's part of systems or it's, part of, sending bulk emails out, then you'll need to purchase more as those thousands run out. But hey, it's like $7 US for 5,000. So we're talking low cost here. I literally pay forward my raw cost to you, or you can purchase 10,000 for $10 US. So again, tell me where else you can get that, and I'll be majorly surprised.
Yeah, no, that's really cheap, and I know even with your SMS it is, because we do a lot of SMS out of here. We've got SMS programs as well, and you've got great pricing on what you.
Yeah, and again at SMS, so we use two companies. We use Direct SMS, and I suggest that you link with those in Australia and New Zealand. And we use another company called Message Media, and that services the US, etc. So for most of you, it's going to be Direct SMS. And if you use their standard plan, it's 8 cents per SMS. But I don't have anything to do with their price structure. All we do is link the two together. But here's what I can tell you. Having SMS as part of your systems will prove to be invaluable.
Yeah.
Massively invaluable. So 8 cents is for the Australian market. I think it's 15 cents for the New Zealand plan. So you just might want to go online and just double check. You can buy a prepaid plan, but it's very, very low cost to deliver consistency. And that's what the majority of people are saying to me. They're saying, listen, I can send out the SMSs. Many are saying I'm unintentionally reliable when life throws me a curveball. So I just want to make sure that I've got the system set, and I know by having SMS as part of it that people respond more to those. And inside TMP, you'll find out everything you need to know about the SMSs, the length of them, the costing, where you've got to go to find out about it. But I just want to put it out there to let you know that they're the only two additional costs, and it's a user pays option. And that's why we've delivered it in that format.
And Kylie Marie, just to answer your question, the $197 lifetime right now, that's it. There's no other subscription fee. That is it. So you'd be mad not to take up this opportunity, because as I said, I've been around for lots of different softwares, looked at lots of different stuff. Myself and Lindsay have been looking at lots of different things, and yeah, that's why her pricing, from the coach hat on me, her pricing needs to go up.
Yeah, exactly. And my business coach got a little bit of a foot, pushing me along and saying, come on, Lindsay, I know you have a desire to serve, but my friend, let's look at this.
But I also want to honour you too, though, because you took the time to keep it really low during all of this testing phase, making sure that it was really, top-notch system. And you've been doing that now for a good 18 months to 2 years. I know we've been talking for a while now around all of this. So you've done an amazing job on keeping it at that price at your cost, really, to keep the system and getting it out there. So it's time to move. So guys, what I really encourage you to do is to get on board, and you'll see I posted the link up there. I'll post it again in a second as well. And that's so Yeah, you could just get on board. You'll see there, it's and this is the JP one. So we need to make sure that we go on this one because this is the one that'll have all of our bells and whistles in there as well, and the JP branding one. So that's the link that you go to for it. Cool.
And Celine, I'll just share that when they click on that link, then the way they'll know that they're in the right place is they'll see the combination branding of Juice Plus and TMP. So as soon as they go to that sales page, they will actually physically see that co-branding. And so it makes it super easy, and there can be no mistake there. However, if it happens, we'll pick them up and lovingly move them to where they need to be, as we've done previously. So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool. Absolutely. All righty, guys. Okay. So, if you were already signed on, we'll be automatically switched over to JP. Yes, you should be. Maggie, if you haven't been, just raise that ticket, as Lindsay was saying, and she'll be able to look into that for you. We did our best to go through the list and identify who is a JPer and who wasn't, but we may have missed some. So, so just make sure that you let Lindsay know. And for any of you that were kind of saying, I tried to get on, I couldn't, make sure you go back and check the numerous emails that Lindsay has sent out over the last couple of days with regards to the new logins, etc. But again, if you can't, go via the ticket, raise a ticket, and Lindsay will make sure that you've got that, and her team, of course, will make sure that you've got the things. There you go, support@taskmanagerpro.com. Send your email. Okay.
Good.
Alrighty. Yeah. And Sal purchased yesterday. Good girl, Sal. Awesome. Alrighty.
Good.
Okay.
Good. And that may be the case. If you just purchased it yesterday, Sal, that may have been the case, that we were in the middle of that changeover. So I'll go and double check that. Just reach out to me on that support ticket and we'll get it handled for you.
Excellent. So any questions that you might have that we didn't answer in this particular call, again, reach out to Lindsay at support@taskmanagerpro.com and they'll be able to answer any of the questions. But the main thing is, get online, start to have a play with it, work your grid, and just, take personal responsibility. Watch the masterclasses, then watch the tutorials and see what transpires from there. But thank you, beautiful. We really appreciate you.
That's okay. And I'm just going to quickly answer Catherine's question. So the question, $197 annually. No, right now, Catherine, it's $197 US for a lifetime subscription. So if you sign up now, that's lifetime. If you wait till after the 1st of July, that will then become an annual fee. So there's a big difference between those two things.
Get in now.
Thanks, Celine. Thanks, everyone.